Kia ora team, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to school. So this is what we're starting off with this term. Today I've made this video to start explaining to you this new standard that we're going to be doing, describing what it is and what you're actually assessed on. Then I will be showing you a few exemplars from previous work and basically showing you the standard of work that is expected and examples of what that standard actually looks like, instead of just sort of throwing words at you and you kind of sit in there going, right. So we'll be doing that first, and in the second half you are going to be looking for inspiration and finding a starting point for your design narrative. This is basically the story that your spatial design is going to tell. So you're going to be going for a walk or just having a look around your garden or your house and finding something that basically inspires or kicks off your design process for this epic spatial design that you're going to be coming up with. So buckle in, we're going on a journey. The standard that you will be assessed on for this project is called Use Visual Communication Techniques to Generate Design Ideas. This is an externally assessed standard and it is worth 3 credits. We're also going to be addressing other assessment standards in this project, but these will be discussed later on. For this project, you will be assessed on your ability to use techniques to explore both aesthetic and functional qualities of your spatial design. This means that you are using a wide range of design, drawing, and exploration techniques to develop the design of your space. This is going to be an information kiosk for the Papamoa community. Function relates to how the design works, for example, how people move or use the space, the construction of materials used in the design, and or the size, scale, or proportion of the design. Aesthetic qualities relate to the appearance of your design, and these could include things like shape, form, pattern, colour, and texture. Some of the visual communication techniques that we're going to explore will include sketching, rendering, model making, and CAD and digital design. So all information for this assessment and for this project will be updated in the brief document. This will be updated as we work through the project, so please keep revisiting this throughout the term. Great, so let's start having a look at some of the exemplars that are on this page. I've chosen this one specifically to look at because it's quite similar to the design context that you guys are doing in terms of spatial design. This person, instead of finding inspiration from nature, has found inspiration from an influential designer and design movement, which is Zaha Hadid. But you can see that what this student has done is they've used different visual communication techniques, such as photographs and sketching, rendering, using different colors and different media, so different things to draw with. As you go through their idea generation and their research, as they develop, you will see that they've used SketchUp CAD models and that they've actually brought this into another freehand format. So actually sticking them on and then drawing over them and applying the same principles in hand drawing. You'll see that they've also used rendering techniques, so coloring in and shading in the actual material. Great, and then at the end we get to physical modeling. So this is a physical model that's built of an object. It looks like it's 3D printed and then photographed. So you'll see in this marking schedule that why they've been given an excellence is that they have used a range of different techniques to communicate their ideas, so different visual communication techniques. So things like figures, scale, rendering, and a series of 2D and 3D sketches are specifically brought out. So this person has used a whole range of these techniques to regenerate and develop their idea throughout. I highly recommend checking out the other exemplars that are available for this standard. I've put a link to some of my favourite ones in the brief document, but you can also access these through the NZQA website. I've put a link for this website in the description. For your first activity, you are going to be going on a walk and looking for some inspiration from nature. Yay! The details of this are in the brief document and in the first activity that's in there, which is available in Google Classroom. Sweet, so when you're ready to leave the house, there are 3 things that you need to have with you. You will need a notebook, you will need a pencil, and you will need your phone. That's what I'm filming on. So, also, it can be really helpful if you take something like a duffel bag with you, because then you can put things into it. This is just a grocery bag that I'm using, because if you find things that are particularly interesting or you're finding really hard to sketch in the actual moment, you can just pop them in your bag, take them home and sketch them later. Just a quick reminder that you should actually complete your brainstorm before you do your walk. Don't just go wandering out into nature without having a plan first. Also, just a heads up, it was a little bit windy on the day, so there's a bit of disturbance. Kia ora team, so as you can probably tell, I am not in Papamoa anymore. I actually came for the lockdown. I came up to see my parents and my family up in Paihia, so that's where I'm chilling at the moment. Yeah, let's have a look around. See somewhere like a beach, it's really easy to find inspiration from. You can find things like this, which I just found. I've taken a few photos of it. This is just seaweed, for those of you that aren't familiar with seaweed. It's interesting in its shape and sort of the way it's composed and how it's just like a big bunch of lots of small things. Really basic kind of thing, but something that caught my eye. So cool. The other thing that's really important when you find things like this that you're thinking about drawing or that you've photographed is if they are small like this and not too smelly and not too gross, you can actually just take them home with you. So just pop it in your bag and you'll be sweet. Another piece of advice for while you're doing your walk is that you're better off getting too much evidence than not enough. So if there's literally anything that catches your eye or that you think could be kind of interesting to look at or might fit in with your theme, or maybe it's not even relevant at all, take a photo of it anyway, because you can always come back to it. You don't have to include it in your project, but it's good to have it just in case. So if you're not near a beach, you can also go somewhere like into the bush or to a local park, anywhere where you can find things like trees, shrubs, stones, paths, anything like that. And it's a really good place to find inspiration, especially from things like plants, like ferns. Remember when you're taking things with you not to pick a plant or a flower that's actually still living. Only take it if it's dying or if it's already broken. So something like this leaf, perfect. Great, so once you've collected all that awesome information, you are just going to compile it as a mood board, which is basically just a collection of images, everything that you've collected on one page. Just make sure that when you're working in Google Slides that you are actually working in an A4 or an A3 format. So that means that the size of your page needs to be paper size rather than screen size. So to alter the page size, you need to go in Google Slides, go to File, Page Setup, and then you need to change the dimensions. For an A3 page, it is 42 by 29.7 centimeters, and then click Apply. Sweet, so there's your page. Now I just want you to throw all the information on it. And just another quick note, if you're really unsure about your drawing or sketching skills at this point, don't worry. If all you've got is photos and videos, just keep it like that for now. In the next task, we will actually be doing some observational drawing skills and some 2D drawing skills. So just make sure that when you finish that activity that it's handed in on Google Classroom. See you next time. Make good choices.